We're in Minerva, Ohio, and there's an odd sight at the engine house. Two Wheeling and Lake Erie units are parked next to 2175. These wheeling units were sent in here to get a sand train. Both of these wheeling units are odd sights on the Wheeling and Lake Erie, because neither are in the official Wheeling and Lake Erie paint job. But the unit we'll be focusing on today is Wheeling 108, which just looks like a normal GP35, but underneath all the paint is a lot of history. Southern Railway's 2705 was built in 1964 by Electric Motive Division, also part of GM. One thing that's different about this GP35 from the rest is the high hood, which is a staple of the Southern and the Norfolk and Western Railway. Southern 2705 would see a pretty average service life, but it was in the company of very famous locomotives. On the left side of the screen, 2705 is seen sitting next to the American Freedom Train, which went on tour around the whole United States showing artifacts of America. This photo was taken in 1974 in Birmingham, Alabama, by Hank Stevens. In 1982, Southern Railway merged with the Norfolk and Western Railway to make Norfolk Southern. 2705 would be repainted into Norfolk Southern colors. There's not many photos of 2705 in its Norfolk Southern career, but in 1990, Norfolk Southern sold portions of its railway to the Wheeling and Lake Erie, and a couple units as well. 2705 was one of these units. This photo was taken at the Wheeling and Lake Erie shops in Brewster, Ohio, but there's no exact date when 2705 arrived on Wheeling and Lake Erie property. Here 2705 is seen pulling a rock train in Bellevue, Ohio. Notice how it still does not have the Wheeling and Lake Erie letters put on the side. In 1999, 2705 finally got its Wheeling and Lake Erie letters. It looks to be because they were pulling this excursion train, so they wanted to make sure everyone knew it was a Wheeling and Lake Erie unit. These would be the last photos that I could find of 2705 keeping its original Southern Railway number, as in 2005 it was changed to Wheeling 108. This photo you see here was taken in 2008 by Fred Stuckman in Akron, Ohio. Even in 2008, the Norfolk Southern lettering was starting to bleed through. One place that's common for Wheeling 108 to sit is Grambinas Yard in Canton, Ohio. Although the power is usually shuffled through here, 108 usually sticks at this yard. It's usually seen carrying tank cars in and out of the yard for switching. In this video clip, Wheeling 108 can be seen behind Wheeling 103, one of the few GP35s that actually get the whole Wheeling and Lake Erie paint job. One thing that can be clearly seen about Wheeling 108 now is that the paint from both railroads, including the Southern and Norfolk Southern, is really starting to show through. Now we're going to go back to Minerva, Ohio, where we're going to take a closer look at Wheeling 108. Looking at the conductor's side of Wheeling 108, you can see the white of the Norfolk Southern logo bleeding through. And if you look at the bottom of the Wheeling and Lake Erie letters, you can see the golden and the white stripe of the Southern Railway bleeding through. Taking an even closer look at the letters, you can especially see the O on the W for the Southern Railway. Wheeling 108 is a walking museum of the Southern Railway, early Norfolk Southern, and early Wheeling and Lake Erie. It is a true testament to the longevity of EMD's locomotives. Through the past 3 railroads this unit has served, it's served them well and it's still moving. That's why Wheeling 108 will always be one of my favorite units.